Welcome back to the My Pro Golfer channel. Jeremy Franks coming to you here from the range at Summerfield Crossings Golf Club, and today I've got a very specific continuation of the playlist, Take Me to the Tour. Take Me to the Tour is for those of you that want to watch somebody start at a certain level and go all the way to the PGA or LPGA or Senior Tour, whatever tour that is, and what the process looked like and the time that it took for me to try to accomplish that phenomenon. And so I want to encourage you by watching my story. We call it Take Me to the Tour. My goal would be to make it on the Senior PGA Tour in the next 3 years. I just turned 47 2 days ago. And I just had my third golf lesson of the year yesterday. And let me tell you, I have more empathy for my students because I am going to show you what I'm working on and the ridiculous struggle it is to make your body do things that the mind is not prepared for on a regular and consistent basis. I hope you stay with us. Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. Here at My Pro Golfer, you know we like to keep things simple. And today, I've got a special gift for you to help you never miss a 5-foot putt again. Click the link below and download today. All right, so I'm up here close and personal to show you the work that we did with the 8-iron yesterday. And I was there for 4.5 hours, which I do not recommend, but it's a 2-hour drive for me to get there, and so I really wanted to take my time. It's sort of my birthday present to myself, of just really putting some effort into it, because we're at the end of the season of the year. So it's in December and we are, heading into 2025. I really wanted to create my processes and my systems yesterday to create the whole journey of what 2025 is going to look like. And so you can see the work that was done here. I mean, we've got mud everywhere, which just means that I struck turf at one point with the entire golf club. So there's mud up here, but you can see the movement patterns, and I typically am down in here a lot of times. So I'm progressing the way that I want to, and I really did start hitting some solid shots yesterday. So I'm gonna show you what I'm working on, why I'm working on it, and hopefully in the next few weeks and months, you'll see the scores start to really come down. If you looked at last month's episode, you'll know that I actually got 4 shots worse. So when I started this process, I was trying to get 8 shots better. Now I needed to get 11 shots better. The math isn't quite correct, but that's just what I've been saying. So keep that in mind as you watch the progression of getting into that spot. All right, so we're gonna get after it and talk a little bit about what we did today in our 4-hour session. And so I'm just gonna focus on the swing today, and then the next week I'll talk a little bit about what we did with short game, because we did a little bit of changing in my chipping process and in my putting process, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to test myself today after we do these videos. So the body positions have gotten really good. I'm really tilting the way that I want to tilt. My instructor and I worked really hard on that. And the newest piece is, I've talked a lot about on this channel that I was a front loader. And so my body just kind of pushes down and pushes up. But it's been very awkward for me to do that. And so I talked to them about it yesterday. And we talked a little bit more about doing some testing of my body. And so we've come up with a concept that I think is going to be even better for my game, in which now I'm sort of a center post player, which just means my body's going to be allowed to push down on that right side, which just feels really good for me because I've always done that. So really turn way off the ball, which has caused that inside out sort of extra hooky shot that I can't stand. And so now I'm going to feel this. And as I get about here, my body weight then goes down. So as my club goes back, my left leg goes down and I get into this position. And then from there, I'm trying to just get everything down in the shot and thrusting up with that lead leg as I stay down in the golf shot. And that's why you can see mud all up in here and all around the shot, because I'm really trying to gain traction, gain momentum off the floor. I don't do enough vertical thrust to speed the club up enough to get the distance I need to get to the next level. All right, so you'll notice that I've got my foresight here, and I've got my golf bag, and I've got
my 8-iron again. I'm in the transition, so learning my numbers is irrelevant right now. Don't use technology if you're literally moving the body, okay? When you start to get the feel of it and you start to hit some shots that look like they have some quality to them, then pull the technology at that. Right now, you want to feel things that are unusual. So you want to feel the body get in those places. One of the things I'm feeling is when I get my body here and I'm trying to get that push down on that left foot, I'm trying to feel the body go excessively down. And you'll see like a Justin Rose or a Tiger will kind of do some excessive, and Alex Noren really recently was like, he was trying to do this sort of thing here, like that sensation. That's not what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to feel in their mind so that they can do what they're trying to actually get the ball to do. And so feel versus real is a really big deal. I put that out on Instagram all the time. You've got to get the feeling of what it feels like. And so being that basketball player, getting that shooting rack back here to get the body to understand where it needs to go, because it's just not natural to get this club in the way of the body. And so we got to make sure we're doing things on a repetitive basis to feel it. And you'll know with the strike if you're there. So 2 things for me. I got a little bit closer to the golf ball yesterday. I really try to feel the body weight and the feet, because my job is to get down and up in this churn and push model of the golf swing, which just fits my body type better. So keep that in mind. We want to be swinging kind of who we are. And I know for a fact that this swing is going to be ugly because it's so new and fresh, and I can't even think about it in my mind of what I want to feel. So fat, nasty shots are good. They're good because they're change. And without them, you won't grow this swing. You won't build this model in the right process. You have to fail a bunch for the mind to trust it. So here we go. Back, down, down, up, finish. Woo! Just doing that from yesterday hurts my body. That did not feel like it should have gone as solid and as straight as it did, but oh my gosh, that was a great feeling striking shot.
Hey, just want to remind you to not forget on getting your free gift below on how to never miss a 5-foot putt.
So I hope you enjoy this episode of Take Me to the Tour. You kind of see a little bit about what I'm doing and how I'm getting there. And then we use an app called Coach Now. And he and I go back and forth with videos, and he gave me a couple videos to look at, and then the videos that he took of me. And so you really got to get your mind into the process of getting your mind and body to move the way you want to do it. And then if seeing it as a tour player that looks kind of like what you're doing is also very helpful, because there's a lot of great swings out there, all of them set up athletically, turn fully behind the golf ball, brush for at least 12 inches of impact below the equator of the ball, and finish fully on their lead leg. But there's different philosophies, there's different movement patterns in those confines of those movement patterns. The things you have to know as a beginning golfer is those 4 things. I'm working on a version of that called a center post player. And so, after you get through the olive tree method, let's get more fine-tuned. Let's get olive tree method 3.0 and 4.0 and really try to gather more knowledge information, because we want to try to create the bucket that we hit the ball into tighter and smaller dispersion. And we want to train our bodies to be able to swing more aggressively with more speed and also get more accuracy out of it. And that's my goal on this. So if you haven't gotten in touch with somebody to help you with your swing, I would highly recommend it. I can help you online if you're anywhere in the world, or I can come down here to Summerfield Crossings Golf Club in Tampa. We can do golf schools. We can do, if you can come down here on a quarterly basis, and we can really check up on it. The goal is having a plan to get yourself from point A to point B and moving along in the process and seeing legitimate steps of getting better. And yesterday, I feel physically worse, but I got significantly better to get to the end goal of playing professional golf. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you really do get a lot out of this and how difficult it is to change mentally and physically to get the goals and get the benchmarks reached of the process that you're on. So like and subscribe. We'll see you next Thursday with another golf tip specifically for you at 6 a.m.